in the West. Want to start with Edmonton?
Sure.
All right. I reached out to Mark Spector and Daniel Nugent-Bowman. Some more thoughts. If Chychrun ends up with the Oilers, he'd likely play behind Darnell Nurse as their second lefty, next to Evan Bouchard, unless Evan Bouchard comes back in the trade. We don't know what the Coyotes are going to ask in return. It would one of the points that both these guys make, it helps take some minutes from Nurse, who currently ranks 22nd in the NHL in average time on ice at 23:43. Chyc is actually 32nd at 23:16. But these are two guys that can play heavy minutes, and Chyc has definitely been playing them. What's the return? We've heard Jesse Puljujarvi's name out there all over the place. So he might be one of those contracts that needs to be moved back for the Oilers to make it. The Oilers are not in a good cap situation. It's a really difficult situation for them. I mentioned maybe Bouchard, maybe a guy like Dylan Holloway. Do you want a player like that to come back? And of course, the draft picks. Another few guys that could be coming back in the deal that these guys thought might be mentioned, guys like Warren Fogle, Tyson Barrie, Brett Kulak, Cody Ceci. Open it up for your thoughts.
This is another team that, unlike Boston, this team needs help on the back end, and they need a dual threat. I think this might be in the Western Conference. This might be the fit. I think this team, again, there's so much pressure in Canada to win and win now. You've got Connor McDavid, you've got Leon Draisaitl, and you can't get over the hump. They made it to the Western Finals last year. A couple surprising wins to get them there. Their back end has been a problem.
Yep.
And Darnell Nurse eats an incredible amount of minutes. Tyson Barrie is a power play specialist, period. Yep. Like, he's lights out. He's one of the top 10 in the back end on the power play. Jakob Chychrun can provide that mix, I think. And I like Bouchard. So if the Coyotes can get Bouchard back in the deal, I think some of the other names you mentioned, maybe not as much. I like Bouchard, and I think he fits into the young path of defensemen that they're trying to build here in Arizona. But I could see this deal getting done just because they have to. There's so much pressure in Canada to get these done. That's why I'm saying Toronto in the East and Edmonton in the West, they need to make a splash and an impact. So you need to do that by getting the big splash. But hey, we're trying. The GM can go, whoa, we tried. We got the big player. So I think there's a better fit there. And can you see him trying to get the puck and jumping in the rush with McDavid and Draisaitl?
Might find him. McDavid might find him with the return pass.
And another thing is, you've started to hear Erik Karlsson's name thrown around with Edmonton. The problem with Erik Karlsson is his cap hit is ginormous.
Yeah, I can't imagine how he gets moved.
And you look at Chychrun, who has a very, very, very doable cap hit. So if you're looking at the market and you're looking at Karlsson and Chychrun and what you could possibly afford more, I would say Chychrun is the better option in that sense. Obviously, Erik Karlsson is like a Norris contender right now, just unbelievable defenseman in his going back playing how he did in his prime days. But I don't know. I just think Chychrun might be a better option for them.
Makes me pause on that potential deal, aside from the contract, which I don't think Erik Karlsson's moving because that contract's enormous. There's been so much talk about the Oilers needing to defend better. And you're talking about Erik Karlsson? Really?
He's very offensive.
He's not a defensive defenseman. And maybe your idea is, well, he won't have to defend because we'll have the puck all the time. Okay, maybe, because there is an argument to be made there. But if you're saying we really need to be a better defensive team, with that contract, I'm not sure that's the move for the Edmonton